Hello gamers, welcome to the Game and Review for Total War Warhammer 3. This is coming after multiple months of recording and editing all this. I'm actually voicing this over after voicing over the Wood Elves, and we're going to go over the normal criteria. I thought it's a bit ironic to play Archon while we, critique the game, playing the dude who destroys the world. There's some form of brutal irony there. I'm not sure what it is. And I've just not played Chaos Warrior factions in literally forever. Also, the review's going to be a bit weird because there's a lot to compare, so I'll go over it kind of jarbled or quickly. And probably the main things I'll be comparing it to is like Bannerlord and Warband games, other Total War games, and other strategy games. Maybe even the D&D or tabletop experience. So let's get into it. As always, I like to start with audio design and music. The music for this game is great. I want to say even better than Total War Warhammer 2. It's very themed. It has the Chaos, and it has Norska, it has Cathay. It's all very themed. I think there's some recurring songs from the second game. So that all lends itself to a great experience. There's interactive audio for almost any action in the game, both menu-wise and gameplay-wise. Of course, the battle audio is always great. I always find myself zooming in by the little characters to hear their blades clash. So I would give that, it's not... I love the Bannerlord audio, too. I'd give it on the same level. I'd say it's one of the best Total War audio experiences because it's one of the newest. I haven't played Egypt. I don't think I ever will. Maybe someday. But it is one of my favorite game soundtracks. I don't listen to it on repeat, but I do have it in my gym playlist. I have Chaos Undivided, and I think Skulls for a Skull Throne or some track like that on my playlist. And that's usually that gives it a great grade if I would listen to it outside of gameplay, which I do. So music is great, sound quality is great. To be expected. Now here's where things get a little bit complicated. I'm going to try and make it pretty basic. My next section of review is always game design, world design, UI and items, characters. Okay, this is going to be decently easy. World design, I like the expanded map of Immortal Empires. I would have liked to see expanded more, but I think what they did add leaves room for another game or another expansion that adds more. Outside of that, I just wish there was more of the landmarks we see in the books throughout it, but I understand there's not much they can do there. I also wish there was more lore or descriptions on each city, but honestly, you can get that from a mod. UI and items, the UI in the battles has been the same for 20 years. There's not going to be a good, I've played old Total War games and it's basically the same. You're not going to revolutionize that. Items, I mean, what the fuck does that mean in this context? It means a lot in other contexts, but hey. So I guess there's a variety of items you can pick up. The UI and the settings and all those menus with equipping items and everything is good as well. I haven't had any extreme issues with most of my UI and everything or find anything in this game. Characters, I guess, is my next section of world design, and that is, I don't know, the style hasn't changed from Total War Warhammer 2. It's just become higher resolution. But for some reason I'm more endeared to Total War Warhammer 2. Maybe it's because some of the ones that were added, and those have been basically all I've been playing, just don't feel, I don't know, I like the ones added in Total War Warhammer 2. I was raised on that, essentially. So, it's that and Warband, so I don't know. They're good. They're not, for some reason I can't put them at great. Maybe Thrones of Decay will give that for me. Story and lore. I loved the lore expansion with this game. it got me into the books. So the fact that seeing that prologue story that reflected the prince's corruption from a book I read once, the fact that I was able to see that, and then it made me invested in playing him as the demon lord. Shit like that. Great story, great lore. It's great that there's grudges between characters and all this stuff that does reflect. And I think that's the beauty of the Total War games and the making your empire and stuff. Especially the Total War fantasy, because that's not wholly a real thing. Like if you're playing Total War Rome, the Celts didn't take over the blah 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 belt or whatever, but they do here. Replayability, 100%. It's the most replayable game. Any big strategy game you can play multiple factions is probably the most replayable games ever. Modding and DLC. Modding is great, super great. Probably one of the best modding scenes I've seen outside fucking like RimWorld or Settlement Management or Minecraft. DLC, they're if I had to give it like a number, lately it's been like 4 or 5 out of 10. There hasn't been any free LC. I don't disagree with price or anything. I'm not gonna put my foot down, make any it's in my policy on my little review kit to never talk about price. So that's, I'm never going to talk about price, but there's just it feels like there's been a lower quality, but that might be me. It might be because it's not focusing on my factions. So that's all I'll say, because I'm like a dwarf player and stuff. Overall, with the quality of life and everything that you get, I have to say it's better than Warhammer 2. In the short time I've played it, if I play Total War Warhammer 2 and then this changes, that'll be fair, but I don't think it will. I play this game pretty much all the time. There's some of these games like with Total War Warhammer 3, Bannerlord, a bunch of others that I know I'm going to return to. They'll never get deleted off my computer, even when I finish them for YouTube. Because that's kind of like what I do, is I finish it for YouTube and then I feel like, oh, I can delete it and re-download if I want to play it. That'll never happen with this game. So I guess that's a good abbreviation of it. Total score, it's not in my best games ever played. Well, it is, but just not in the same way the others are. So it's like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. It's one of the greats. It's one of my best games ever played. Just not in the same way as some of those story-driven games that made my heart beat. So I'm gonna outro us, but this was the review. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or whenever you're watching this. Hope you guys come back for more. I hope to see you guys again next time. If not, that's alright. Or if not, I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope to see you guys again next time. It's all malarkey. I didn't mean to repeat it. Positive affirmations as always. Thank you guys for viewing my content, even when it's a subpar review. It means the world to me that I get to put my opinions and my gaming out there and people tune in. So thank you guys yet again for watching my stuff.